Hello, Lata. Hello, Lata.
Hello, ma'am.
பேசுறது கேக்குதாமா?
Yes, ma'am. கேக்குது ma'am.
ஓகே. இல்ல சுபஸ்ரீ வரணும்ல?
அவங்க பிசி மேம் ஜாயின் பண்ணதுக்கு அப்புறம் வராங்களா மேம்?
மேம் லைவ் போயிட்டு இருக்கு மேம்.
சவுண்ட் இல்லப்பா.
Faculty of Engineering and Technology. IBM Lab, R&D, Microsoft Lab, Sun Java Lab, .NET Lab, CDAC Garuda Lab, Internet Center, Apple iMac Lab, Cisco Net Academy, High-Tech Lab, Cyber Forensic Lab, Intel Internet of Things Lab, Communication Lab 1, Electronic Circuits and Devices Lab, QMAX VLSI Testing Center, Linear Digital Integrated Circuits, Microwave and Optical Communication Lab, VLSI and Embedded Design DSP Lab, Microprocessor Lab, Electrical Machines Lab, Electrical Machines Lab 1 and 2. Smart Grid, Digital Design Lab, Electronic Circuits Lab, Digital Simulation Lab, Linear and Digital Integrated Circuits Lab, LDIC Lab, LabVIEW, Process Control Lab, Mechatronics Lab, Dynamic Lab, IC Engines Lab, Mechatronics Lab, Center of Excellence, Multi-Fuel Engine Setup, Center of Excellence, Biodiesel Plant, Metrology Lab, Metallurgy Lab, CAD Lab, CNC Lab, CNC Milling Machine, Boiler Turbine Setup, Robotics Lab, Heat and Mass Transfer Lab, Welding Lab, Machine Shop Lab, Fluid Mechanics Lab, Manufacturing Technology Lab, Fluid Mechanics and Machinery Lab, Fluid Mechanics Lab, Survey Experiment, Survey Cam, Strength of Material Lab.
Madam, good morning, madam. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for making it, madam. Thanks.
Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
The first time you are coming for our program, madam. We are all first year BTech staff, madam. Yeah, we are all first year BTech staff.
Yes, I came to know.
Yeah. Yes, madam.
Ma'am, can I start, ma'am? We'll wait for 5 more minutes.
Yes, you can start.
Yes, start, Lata.
Yes, ma'am.
Start.
Dr. MGR, Educational and Research Institute, University, graded with special autonomy status, welcomes you for the International Faculty Development Program on multidimensional scaling from science to technology, organized by BTech first year in association with Office of International Relations. It's me, Dr. Lata, on behalf of organizing committee. A request to participants: kindly post your relevant questions at the chat box, which will be addressed at the end of the session. And yet another announcement for the participants: an attendance link will be provided towards the end of the session. Please leave your presence at the attendance sheet. Thank you. Let's think out the box. Our VC ma'am has got some busy schedule. There's a slight pre-schedule in the program. We, dear Vice Chancellor ma'am, we feel really honored to have you here. With immense pleasure, I welcome our Vice Chancellor ma'am, Dr. Geeta Lakshmi, ma'am, to deliver a keynote address. Welcome,
Yes.
ma'am.
So thank you for involving me in this your engineering program. I was being a doctor on the medical side. I'm happy because I always think like I have to know many things from the other side also. So this opportunity of being a vice chancellor in this MGR Educational Research Institute had given me a broad outlook on the various branches of education, and I should thank the chairman, our president, Dr. Arun Kumar, and our secretary, Ravi Kumar, who had made it possible for me to be here. And this 5-day program, that is faculty development program, conducted by the first year BTech faculty in association with the Office of the International Relation of our university, have organized a 5-day faculty development program which would on the multi-dimensional scaling from science to technology. With the message is accelerating innovation on these 5 days, which starts from 9th to 13th. So, in fact, I would say that whenever we are in education, though we are being education is a basic degree or a knowledge which we gain. But later on in our life, we have to get the skill development based on the education we had. So we, the teachers, getting trained in various things, have to teach our students like how to motivate them to come up in various fields in your own field. I mean, various what to say, in various dimension in your own field, and this would be the base. This training program would be a base for you all to bring this happen. I mean, make this happen in your own department as well as to the others. So the main objective of this faculty development program with the various persons who are talking on it, like Vinod Kumar, Dr. Arshav Nambudri, and Krishna Kumar, Rajesh Kumar, and Kolla Banu Prakash, who would be talking on the recent advances and many other research collaboration, artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and higher education and research and entrepreneurship, where the faculty would develop their skill and gain knowledge, strengthen, like it would refreshing their knowledge, I would say. Already you would have been going through all these programs, but still I would say it is a refreshing program for you, so that because as you keep on hearing on something every day, you automatically, subconsciously, you will try to do it without the real knowledge in your the conscious mind. So these are all the courses and development program which brings you to a subconscious level, so that you start doing things without your own knowledge. So I think so. This with the number of participants, I think so. It's only the faculty, is it not? It's the faculty, and they would gain knowledge with a 5-day program without leaving the program here, online program, and they would get this. Yesterday, I just posted in the MGR Orange that the bag full of these certificates will be there for everyone. But it doesn't matter. But the way you come, gain knowledge, and how you subconsciously react to it is the most important one. So I should thank the organizing, the first year department of PTech who had made this possible, and I want all of you to keep going on live on these programs so that we are all live, we have a I mean what to say, we are really into the activity, and we are not cornered into our home, so that we see each other in a day or two in a week, and feel refreshed to see our colleagues and our people in the university. I should thank once again for the organizing these kind of faculty development program. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. What you say is really correct. We will walk with your words. Thank you, ma'am. So now we'll resume to our normal schedule. On the way, let's welcome our chief guest, Dr. Vinod Kumar, who has joined our session.
Hello. Hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sure. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
India is one among the countries that has the highest number of educational institutions in the world. Consequently, the highest number of teachers and faculty members. Some of the most widely skilled people around the world are teachers across all ages, languages, ethnicities, and subjects. ஆம், ஆசிரிய பணியில் ஈடுபடும் ஒருவருக்கு வாக்கு என்பது மிக மிக அவசியமானதாம். வாக்கினை தெளிவாக கற்றவனுக்கு மட்டுமே ஆசிரியர் வேலை என்கிறது பழமொழி. ஆசிரியர் பல உரைகளை பயின்ற நாவினன், அவன் தெளிந்த அறிவினன், அவனுக்கு ஈதலே இயல்பு என்றெல்லாம் புகழாரம் சூட்டுகிறது தொல்காப்பியம். Teachers, really, they create mood and tone of the classroom, whilst teacher researcher can make the classroom even more innovative. Teachers also need collaborative skills to work productively with their colleagues. Right from childhood, we are encouraged to work as a team, whilst also retaining independent thoughts and skills. Yes, that's collaboration, a practice of sharing knowledge and ideas to achieve the common goal. But in research, certain fields often requires huge and expensive infrastructure that no single country can afford on its own. Hence, the academic research goes international. Many number of inventions, discoveries, and innovations have been made with collaboration. Let me tell you one example. For most striking collaboration is that of Srinivasa Ramanujan, a self-taught mathematician from Chennai, India, and Professor G.H. Hardy at Cambridge University, UK. Both framed Fermat's theorem, which now finds applications in cryptology and internet security. Yes, dear friends, let's all gear up to attend our first power session on research collaboration and academic opportunities at Kaohsiung University, Taiwan. And at this happiest junction, I would like to invite Professor Dr. P. Udayakala, Dean Chemistry, Director IQAC, to express welcome address. Ma'am, welcome you, ma'am.
Yes. Good afternoon, all the participants who logged into the session aiming to scale high multidimensionally from science to technology. On behalf of the management of Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute, First Year Engineering and Technology, with the Office of International Relations, extend our hearty welcome to today's speaker, Dr. Vinod Kumar, Department of Chemistry, National Sun Yat-sen University, Taiwan. It's to Dr. Vinod Kumar and for the participants. Since it's a virtual FDP, I'd like to visualize certain things. Just it's like first year engineering and technology is a blend of English, maths, physics, chemistry, electrical, electronics, mechanical, and civil department, which is actually a faluda. A faluda tastes better than a plain ice cream. So we as a team work uh, actually shine a lot. So under the leadership of Dr. D.B. Jebaraj as the Joint Registrar of Engineering and Science and Dr. N.S. Subhashri as the Dean E&S. So this is to just visualize the platform where you have joined together, and we extend our very, very warm welcome for today's participants. Travel with us for this coming 5 days FDP so that you can get enlightened with the knowledge of how to get yourself transformed from science to technology, which is again leading anyone to a field of entrepreneurship, of course. Any learning to end up with earning money, of course. So you can earn your money once you have become an entrepreneur, learning the technology. With these few words, I welcome you all once again. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the cool words. Yeah, it's time to introduce the star of today's session. On behalf of organizing committee, we would like to invite Dr. Nirmala Krishnan ma'am to take up the show now. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, Lata ma'am. Good afternoon, one and all. Today, it gives me immense pleasure to introduce our guest speaker of the day, Dr. Vinod Kumar, working presently as Associate Professor in the Department of Mechanical and Applied Chemistry, Kaohsiung Medical University, Taiwan. Dr. Vinod Kumar completed his bachelor's degree in Chemical Science from Bharatiyar University and master's degree in Analytical Chemistry from Madras University. He received his doctorate in Analytical Chemistry from National Kaohsiung University, Taiwan, and continued his postdoctoral studies in development of green analytical technology and micro-extraction technology for complex samples. Coming to his industrial experiences, Dr. Vinod Kumar has worked in Formosa Laboratory that manufactured polymer-based API drugs and Chime Inspection Technologies Limited as technical manager and quality assurance in charge. Dr. Vinod Kumar holds a master's degree in business administration with vast experience gained in industries. He has been enlightening the students community for past 5 years. Professor has also published 60 plus research articles in Scopus Index journals, and he has authorized one book chapter and delivered keynote lectures at international conferences. Dr. Vinod Kumar is also a peer reviewer in several reputed journals in the field of analytical chemistry and nanotechnology. We welcome you, sir. Thank you, Lata ma'am. Over to you.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Can I start?
Sir, please, a few minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
We all know that science and technology has become global endeavor. Dear friends, let's spread our wings and collaborate to upward science. Stay tuned to our speaker, Dr. Vinod Kumar. Sir, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah. So how can I share? I directly share my slides. So can I start to share?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. Okay, please wait a minute. So can you able to see my slides?
No, sir. Yeah, it's loading. Yes, sir.
Can you so now can you able to see my slides?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Yeah. Okay. First of all, good afternoon to one and all who joined for this wonderful webinar, and also I heartily thank to the organizers who arranged this wonderful webinar. And especially I would like to thank to the VC mem of Dr. MGR University, and also the Dean of Science and Engineering, and also Dean of Science, and also Director of International Relations, and also the other department heads and other professors. So before going to my talk, I'm going to explain what are the things that I'm going to discuss in this presentation. Okay, so basically I'm Indian, so I did my bachelor's, master's all in India, and then I moved to Taiwan and to study my PhD there. So people ask me how did you choose Taiwan, and how did you end up with there, and how Taiwan is helpful for your career. So people used to ask me a lot of questions how you end up with Taiwan, and how the research is there, how is the country, and how is the academics, how is the research. So all these basic questions are usually I have in the people's mind. So I'm going to introduce all those important things about Taiwan, and then I'm going to introduce about KMU, which is currently where I'm working as a professor. So I'm also going to introduce about the KMU, and also I'm going to explain about what are the research and other academic possibilities between KMU with Dr. MGR University. Okay, so these are my important content that I'm going to discuss. Okay, so basically the title I chose is like research and academic opportunities, which is available between KMU to Dr. MGR University. So I'm going to tell you one of the interesting thing. Actually, Dr. MGR University and KMU, we are legal partners since 2018. So we signed a MOU, and actually almost like more than 10 faculties from KMU, which means like Kaohsiung Medical University. So actually, we are a pioneer medical university in Taiwan. So we came to MGR University, especially because of the relation happened through the international director. His name is Dinesh Kumar. So he's one of my good friends. So he actually came to Taiwan, and also he explored KMU. And based on his exploration, then he was really interested to make the collaboration. Then in 2018, around end of 2018, we visited like several faculties. You can able to see the photos so here's the Dinesh, and we all here. So almost like the Dean of College of Life Science, Dean of College of Biomedical Science, and Dean of Health Science, all here from KMU. So, and we signed the MOU in 2018, end of 2018. So that's why I want to mention again, like we are actually a legal collaborator. We are legal partner universities. So because of that, like I especially choose this day to discuss and to explore more possibilities, because since it was established in 2018, but we don't have too much connection between these two universities. So I am really happy to have this chance to make more interactions through this webinar, so that like we can have more mutual interactions, and we can explore the possibilities in KMU and also in Dr. MGR University. So these are the photos, interesting photos during the MOU signing ceremony. So these are the photos. So as I mentioned, that we are legal partners to work together. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, that what are the things that I'm going to introduce. So the first thing I'm going to introduce about Taiwan, and then about KMU, and then all these possibilities that I'm going to discuss. So the first question most of the people will ask, like, where is Taiwan, and where is it situated? Is it too far from India? And what will be the climates, and how the peoples look like, or what is the political situation? So people have a lot of this kind of geographical questions. So here we can able to see this from slide. So I know Chennai is here, India is here, right? So it is very close to India actually, because it's very close next to China. So if you want to come to Taiwan, it will be only 7 hours travel. So usually you can take a direct flight from Delhi to Taipei. So it will be only 6 hour flight. Or you can take flight from Chennai, and then you can go to Hong Kong, and then you can able to travel to Taiwan. Or maybe you can directly go to Bangkok or Singapore or Malaysia. You can have many kind of transits from Chennai to Taiwan. So totally it will be like 7 hours to 9 hours travel. And people usually have a lot of questions about climates. So usually the climate in Taiwan is almost pretty close to India, almost same as India. So now is summer here, and also it's the same like India. So actually here the temperature now it's almost 32. I think it's almost similar to Chennai, I guess. So you can able to see the equator of India and Taiwan is in the same place. So in the weather-wise, you feel comfortable. It's similar. You feel like you're in India. It's not like Japan or Korea, which is like you get a snowfall. Actually, Taiwan is very close to Japan, so it takes only 2 hours. And for Korea, it's only 1 hour. If it is Hong Kong, it's just 45 minutes by flight. So it will be like all our nearby countries. So since Taiwan is an island, it's surrounded by the Pacific Ocean. So because of that one, you can able to see the island itself. It's a greenery. It's a total of greenery place. So with a population about like 23 million. So the population when compared to India, it's a very small country. So actually the country in the sense of like from north is the capital city is Taipei, and the south second largest city we call it as Kaohsiung. So at present I am living in Kaohsiung city. So this is the second largest city which is in the south side of Taiwan. So from top to north to south, it's only 460 kilometers. So if you take a high-speed train, it's only take 45 minutes to reach from north to south. So usually Taiwan have a lot of bullet train, high-speed trains. So usually they have a very good transportation system. So you can able to take a round of this island, which takes only 2 hours. So through high-speed train. But if you drive by car, it takes like almost 5 hours from north to south because they have a very good highway system. So apart from this, in this central area, they can able to see a lot of beautiful mountains, and throughout the countries, like you can able to have a ocean view. So first of all, it's a very beautiful island. So it's not about education; it's also a wonderful tourist area. So I think like there are a lot of faculties and students who also like to explore Taiwan. You can feel free to visit Taiwan as just for tourism. So you can just take 3 days off, and you can able to travel, and it's very near. So and also the tourism and the expense, living expense, and the travel expense is also very cheap. So I suggest you, like if you have time, you can able to find a way to have a trip to Taiwan. So apart from this one, like Taiwan is considered as one of the developed country almost 30 years before. So they are considered as a developed country because they have a very good innovation in their technologies. So they are outstanding in electronics, machineries, and healthcare system. So these are the three important things that when you talk about Taiwan, people everyone know it's a electronics hub. So they're using the electronic technology to develop their country. Almost like in the last 30 years, they're one of the leading countries for the electronic development. So I think like you can able to see there are a lot of brands I think it might be used in your daily life, like the phones like HTC, or computers like Asus, or like the pen drives or hard drives from Transcar. Apart from this one, there are a lot of international brands you can able to see from Taiwan. So not only this one, mostly you know that most of the cell phones, the semiconductors, and also the LED panels or LCD panels is mostly manufactured in Taiwan. So almost no matter is which brand, even the iPhone, Apple, or Samsung, or any other brands, most of the integral parts are usually made from Taiwan. And only those things are assembled in China or maybe in Korea. So actually, the integral processor, the processor which is now they developed at 5 nanometer centimeter semiconductor. So all these innovations usually generally happen. So people used to call Taiwan as electronics or semiconductor hub of the world. So most of the electronics products are mostly come from Taiwan or manufactured or assembled from Taiwan. So this is about the basic information. And apart from this one, Taiwan is considered as the second safest country in the world. Okay, it's not like in Asia; it's in the world. Okay, so the first important thing, since it's the island, so the security system was really high, and the people culture is really highly educated, and also infrastructure wise, development wise, everything is like modern country. So the safety wise, it's ranked second. So no matter like especially the women's safety or like the children's safety, everything comes under the top safest country in the world. So because of this one, it's become recently it's become one of the academic hub. So most of the international students, they started to coming to Taiwan to pursue their bachelor's, master's, PhDs, postdoctorals, or they came for exchange or for conference. So it's become it's almost going to be a academic hub. So in the last 5 years, there's a huge, enormous increment in these academic collaborations. So since it's a small island, but you can able to see there are almost 127 universities in Taiwan, and out of 127 universities, almost 49 universities are national or government universities, and 78 universities are private. So you can able to see from this one, there are one top 100 universities in the world, which is called, we call it as National Taiwan University. This comes under top 100. And apart from this one, like, there are like top 15 universities comes under top 500 QS world ranking. And when it's checked for considering in Asia, so in Asia there are more than 37 universities comes under top 500 universities. So based on this ranking, you can able to see almost 50% of the schools, they're almost like doing very outstanding in both research and academics. So this is one of the basic profile you have to understand about the education's the outstanding things about education and research in Taiwan. So come to Kaohsiung. So because like I'm going to introduce about KMU, so which is called actually the KMU means it's the Kaohsiung Medical University. Actually Kaohsiung, which means it's the name of the city. Okay, so same like Madras or Chennai. So it's same like so it's a Kaohsiung city. It's one of the second largest city in Taiwan, and we call it as is the harbor city because the second largest harbor or the import export things mostly happen here. So you can able to view from this photo, you can able to see it's the beautiful view of the harbor and the city view. So actually Kaohsiung is one of the friendliest city and energetic city. So here you can able to see one of the tallest building here. So when you hear about Taiwan, the most important thing is the tallest building in the world is in Taipei, which is we call it as 101. So, but recently it's become second largest building because like in Dubai they have a new tallest building, and this one is 85 building. We call it as K85 building, which is located in Kaohsiung. So this is the second largest tallest building in Taiwan. Okay, so if you visited to Kaohsiung, you can able to have this wonderful city view and also the harbor view. So coming to the KMU, so Kaohsiung Medical University, this is our campus. So you can able to see our campus view, and mostly our campus is mostly we encourage students to have a lot of sports activities. So almost all the bachelor students, they must need to involve in the sports activities in every after and every evening. So usually like the student, they go for playing with the indoor basketball or like running, jogging, football, baseball, and volleyball. So all these kind of things they used to have the activities and after the classes, like after 5 o'clock. So here you can able to see there are a lot of research buildings. This is the hospital building, hospital research building, and this is the academic building, and also this is another engineering building, a bioengineering building, and these are other science departments. So you can able to see all other residential areas being set. So this is the simple view of KMU campus here. So, and when it comes to KMU, so it's actually one of the oldest university. So it's established in 1954. It's almost like 65 years old university. So actually, it's one of the in the medical school. If you consider the ranking of the medical school, it comes under the top five. So there are totally 10 universities in there. So this KMU considered as the top second in the ranking in Taiwan, and when it comes to all over all over Asia, it also comes in the top 10. And when you take the research ranking around the world, usually clinical medicine or pharmacy, toxicology, and agriculture sciences, and chemistry and biology. So these or comes under top 1% of research output. So this is about the research output about our KMU. So when you take about the rankings, so here you can able to see the rankings. KMU comes under top 500 in the world ranking, and when it comes to Taiwan, it's the seventh ranking. And so KMU have totally, we have 7 colleges, which includes medicine, dental, pharmacy, nursing, health science, life science, and humanities and social sciences. So we have a lot of master programs, bachelor programs, PhD programs. Apart from this one, like we also have a lot of exchange programs. So I will introduce in detail about the different departments. And apart from the departments, we have 9 unique research centers. So you see a research center which mainly focus on the core research and its development. So here I can able to see most of the research center is basically medical related. So especially like infectious disease and also cancer research. Now our KME, we particularly focus on the coronavirus research, and we also developed a rapid testing analytical testing kits, and also other testing methodologies we created. And also people are collaborated to working with the different pharmaceutical companies to work collaboratively work for discovering vaccine and also for medicines. So apart from this one, we also work with a lot of cancer drugs, and also there are many different researchers focused on biomarkers and biotech products or biotech drugs. And even we work with a lot of natural products. So because like China, Taiwan, they also like to work more with the herbal medicine. So there are like there is a unique center that mainly focus to isolate the unique drugs from the natural products. And also there is a very peculiar department or a center, we call it as environmental medicine. This is one of the very unique medicine department where I'm also working as a co-faculty. This is the department which mainly focus on the diseases which mainly come from the environmental or the lifestyle what we used to live. So usually because of the pollution, recently we have a lot of genetical disease or other kind of cancer disease or other carcinogenic diseases, basically all because of the environmental issues. So this center mainly focus on the peculiar research about the environmental medicine. So these are the important research areas that we are currently working in our university. And now, apart from this one, apart from research, our university is also mainly focused on teaching. So the teaching is very important criteria, especially for the medical, nursing, or pharmacy, or the science-based or engineering-based students. So we also achieved several awards from the Ministry of Education from Taiwan. So they have a lot of innovative based teaching technologies, like they use different computer-based technologies. And also apart from this one, we do a lot of social responsibilities inside Taiwan and also outside Taiwan. So we collaborated with various countries to be a volunteer or to be exchange programs. So usually our students used to come to India to do the volunteering process in different hospitals to learn different medical or nursing practices. And apart from this one, we have a lot of international collaboration, especially we have dual degrees or like sandwich programs, or like we also have exchange programs. So we have a lot of international possibilities in US, UK, and other different countries in Asia. So as I mentioned, it's a medical university, but it consists of 5 big hospitals which service for the people and also utilize it for research. So you can able to see KMU, which contains 5 different hospitals from 5 different area in the Kaohsiung city. So most of the hospitals of which contains the bed size and the service are really really huge. So in concisely, KMU is considered as one of the biggest medical service sector in Taiwan. So we have a high tech treatment for cancer or transplantation, and also like a lot of other innovations in the surgical thing, especially they utilize or they also modify the robotic surgeries. So all these innovations happen in this hospital together with the KMU. So this is the altogether like the KMU, we focus on the medical related applications. So so in simple words, like KMU is the wonderful and beautiful university which contains a lot of innovative teaching strategies and also dual degree programs. So I'm going to play a small video so that like you can able to have a clear idea about KMU and about Taiwan. Okay, so can you able to see the video?
international metropolis. We have a friendly environment and pleasant landscapes. Kaohsiung Medical University is located in the city area. Kaohsiung Medical University, KMU, was established in 1954. As the first private medical university in Taiwan, KMU has become a leading medical university with our highly skilled medical-related specialists and professionals. The founder of KMU was Dr. Du Tongming, the first Taiwanese medical doctor with a PhD degree. KMU aims to strive for excellence in both academics and medical care. We have set our goals as teaching excellence, research innovation, and entrepreneurship. KMU has 5 affiliated hospitals, which become KMU Health System to serve the communities in southern Taiwan. This system includes KMU Hospital, Municipal Shaogan Hospital, Municipal Datong Hospital, Municipal Qijin Hospital, and KMU Gangshan Hospital as well. KMU Hospital is certified with safe and quality by the international renowned Accrediting Joint Commission International. Students at KMU enjoy academic life and innovative teaching strategies such as TBL, Living Lab, Flipped Classroom, OSCE, and Simulation Education. KMU is a highly accredited university, and our Teaching and Learning Excellence Program has been awarded by the Taiwan Ministry of Education from 2007 to 2017. KMU consists of 7 colleges: the College of Medicine, the College of Dental Medicine, the College of Pharmacy, the College of Nursing, the College of Health Sciences, the College of Life Sciences, the College of Humanities and Social Sciences, and the Center of General Education. We are proud of our featured research fields, including environmental health, tropical medicine, pharmacology and toxicology, natural products, and clinical medicine. These fields facilitate research relationships with accredited universities around the world. KMU has established exchange programs or charity service activities with our partners in Europe, America, Asia, Africa, and Oceania. Our students explore the world and enjoy cultural diversity not only on campus, but also going overseas. KMU provides scholarships for international students, and we have seen the growth of international students in the past few years. You will be amazed by the cultural activities we had. International Student Festival, Dragon Boat Racing, calligraphy practice, and Chinese speech or reading contests. You will love to explore our campus and our interesting neighborhood. Kaohsiung is a beautiful harbor city, and KMU has a friendly and safe campus. You will enjoy innovative teaching strategies and diversified programs on campus, and exchange programs with our partner universities. We prepare our students to better understand our life and meet the demands of the 21st century job market.
I think now you guys are clear about KMU now. So I'm going to continue my presentation. So as I mentioned earlier, Okay, yeah. So now you guys are very clear. So particularly now I'm working in College of Life Science and also working in College of Medicine. So I work for two departments, but I'm going to represent today, especially since I'm not sure like what are the faculty members or what are the students' background or in this webinar. So I'm going to introduce about three key departments in KMU, especially under life science. So we usually have a basic science of chemistry, biology, and biotechnology, but actually the department is it's a very peculiar department in chemistry. So in chemistry, we have a medicine and applied chemistry, it's the two branches. In biology, we have a medicine, biomedical sciences and environmental biology, and in biotechnology, we have we call it as like Department of Applied Biotechnology actually. So these are the three core departments which comes under College of Life Science, and in the Department of Health Science, we also have biomedical science and engineering programs, and also we have different pharmaceutical related programs. So there are a lot of several programs which also it will be helpful for both engineering students as well as science students. Okay, so apart from this one, like especially for chemistry or life science, we usually have bachelor's, master's, PhD programs, and we have a very unique program which we recently established. We call it as PhD program in life sciences. This is the newest program and very multi-diverse or multidisciplinary based program, which we couple together of chemistry department, biology department, biotechnology department. So you'll work with the most interdisciplinary based research works, and the application is more towards to the medicines. So these are the programs. So I'm going to introduce about chemistry department. So the chemistry department is the logo we have is like where it's a great place where the chemistry meets medicine. So most of the chemistry department, they mainly focus on like applied base. So especially maybe chemicals or like plastics or like materials. But our department, we peculiarly focus on chemistry and its application towards medicines. So especially we work with a lot of drug discovery, and also we also work for nano drug delivery to cancer targets, and also biomarker analysis or biometabolite analytes or diagnostic of early diseases. All these things we used to do in our department. So this is the department ranking particularly for chemistry department. So when you take the Nature Index, so Nature Index is the Nature publication group. So early every year they used to make a ranking system based on the research output and also the academic output. So you can able to see the global chemistry department ranking is comes under top five, like 159th. So it comes under top 200 in the world, and if it is in the Taiwan, it is comes under top five. So it's considered as one of the top five department in Taiwan chemistry. Okay, so if the students are interested or the faculty is interested, we can have a lot of collaboration works in these universities. So since chemistry department, we have a lot of faculties, a lot of professors, associate professors, assistant professors, and especially we have a very peculiar program for mass international students. We recruit 10 master students and 10 PhD students early. We provide scholarships. So we have academic scholarship. We also industrial based fundings. So there are a lot of funding opportunities for the students who can take the PhD or master programs in our department, as well as there are a lot of other exchange programs also I'm going to talk about it later. So these are the facilities we have, especially in the department. So usually the chemistry department, which contains more than 6 NMR instruments. So the NMR instrument is one of the important technique for making new drugs for various kind of diseases. So most of the organic material people, they used to use this kind of NMR system, and especially we have two NMR systems for bachelors and three NMR systems for masters and PhDs, and there is one high resolution NMR. So these are all each instruments which will be like more than 2-3 crores instruments, and we have a lot of other mass spectrometers which are like multi-crore instruments. So which is all kind of easily, freely available for all the students who are studying in our campus or in the chemistry department. So these are the research projects, and we also have a lot of industry-based project, especially because recently Taiwan, they established a lot of their factories or the companies. They moved to India, just like there is a political controversy between Taiwan to China. Most of the Taiwanese companies, they established their manufacturing units in China. Because of the recent political situation, they would like to move most of the important or big companies to India. So recently, one of the company, it's one of the top five rubber manufacturing company from Taiwan. They moved to India and invest more than 1,000 crores to invest a manufacturing unit and also the research and development unit in Gujarat. And also, the other company is also planning to establish one more plant in Bangalore, nearby. I think it's in the Mysore. The I'm not sure like the area, so it's close to Mysore. So there are a lot of Taiwanese companies. They are moving to India now. So as you know that India is like now is become the hub for international people, especially for Japanese, Koreans, and Taiwanese, and also for German companies. They used to move their manufacturing units and R&D units to India. So for Indians, it's one of the wonderful opportunity to explore them in a different countries and come back to India to work in those reputed companies. So this company they collaborate with KMU, and so the students from India, they can get the scholarship from this company and they can study at our campus. And after the graduation, they can directly hire to those companies in India. So so far, like more than 250 Taiwanese companies are located in India, especially mostly in North India. But nowadays there are some companies started to move to southern India. So once you come to Taiwan to study or exchange, and when you go back, there is a lot of job opportunities for you. So this is the thing. And at present, like we have a lot of Indian students. So this is the Indian students in the chemistry department. So so far, like we have more than 30 PhD students and almost more than 15 master students are currently studying in our campus. And also there are a lot of exchange students. Okay, so we have a very unique internship program, or we call it as exchange program, which is called as a TEEP program. So this is sponsored by the Minister of Education and also co-sponsored by KMU. So what we do is like we give 6 months internship program to the bachelor's, master's, or PhD program students. They can come to our campus, and they are allowed to take courses, and they can enroll into the lab, and they do the research, short-term research for 6 months, and they can complete the works, and they can publish papers, or they can do any the collaboration works. So all these important measures, they have the internships. So what we do is like we provide 500 US dollar, which is like almost 15,000 NTD dollar. So it's in US dollar, it's 500. So $500 is like more than enough to cover the air ticket and living and accommodation. Everything is covered. So it's almost like you can do the internship through this program. So I suggest NJR University students, masters or PhD students, we encourage them to apply every year to KMU to come for internship through this TEEP Asia Plus program. And since we are also collaborators, like legally we have MOU, even though without scholarship also, the students can come for internship, and they can do their master thesis or PhD thesis in our campus. So we can do partial funding, or like we can able to negotiate the funding things based on the possibilities. So I suggest the KMU and Dr. MGR University faculties can aware about this internship program, and also since we are a MOU university, we can have a lot of possibilities for the students. They can join for this kind of internship program. Apart from the students, the faculties, they can also apply for short-term visiting. So maybe in your summer vacation or winter vacation, like you can come for 1 month or 2 weeks visiting program, so that once you started to visit, which is more vigorous to do more collaborations. So mostly this kind of faculty visiting also, there will be fully funded and partially funded. Is based on the CV, like based on the qualification of the faculty. So if they're doing really outstanding, which will be totally funded, and if they're doing good, still we have a partial funding. So we can able to negotiate this kind of faculty visiting programs or faculty exchange programs also is possible. So both for students and for the faculties, we have this kind of possibilities. And here are some photos, like the students come for internship. So you can able to see the internship students, they come and enjoy the research as well as the culture, as well as the place, tourism. So they enjoy everything. So every year we recruit more than 30 students from all over the world, and especially we take like more than 20 students from India. So these are the things, like they do research and they do presentations after the completion. So what we do think is like India and Taiwan is like recently we have a lot of collaboration, and since Dr. MGR University also, we are vigorously working on different research fields, so we can able to explore each other first and then try to connect, so that we have a lot of uh, research possibilities. Okay, so coming to my personal research area, so excuse me. So my research area is like particularly I am working in nanomaterials and analytical chemistry. So we develop a lot of nanomaterials, and also we develop a lot of micro extraction technologies for analysis. So usually, as we know that the analytical is very important, especially now you know about the bioanalysis or like blood analysis, very important, like especially to diagnose virus or other kind of disease like cancers, or pre-diagnosis of many different diseases. It all needs analysis. So we mainly focus on the clinical analysis. So apart from clinical analysis, we also focus on environmental issues. So environmental issues or the daily life issues. So we focus on various kind of analytical things. So we mainly working on these two important things. So these are the instruments like mass spectrometers, which almost all instruments are multi-crore instruments. So if you join into my lab, you can able to play with this all these mass spectrometers to do the better research. And also we have a lot of nanomaterial based research. So we also have used different green energy sources to prepare their nanomaterials. So you can also use all these facilities to prepare different kind of nanomaterials, and also do characterization using ITEC, SEM, confocal things. So these are the instruments I have in my lab or in my university. So the main focus of my research is about analysis, but it's mainly focused towards the application for the humans, especially for the public health. Because as we know that we drink water every day, we eat food every day, and we apply cosmetics every day, and but we are not sure like the water we drink is safe or not, and the food we eat is really safe, or like it's have any toxins, and cosmetics is really safe, or like any other toxins inside. So all these things are really questionable. So when it comes to environmental water, because of the heavy pollution, so the pollutions come from the different industries, and also human-made pollutions, which mainly contaminate the water systems, especially the surface water as well as the groundwater. So there are a lot of toxins, very toxic chemicals from different industries. They efflute into the water, and then they go into the groundwater, and finally it's coming to the our daily drinking water. So no matter like, it's very hard to believe that water we drink every day is safe or not. And we use the same contaminated water for the agriculture. So once you use this contaminated water for the agriculture, of course your food is contaminated with all these toxins. And out of these contaminations, we also use different pesticides, or we added a lot of veterinary drugs, or like we also use various preservatives or colors. So there are a lot of other chemicals inside the foods. Finally, it's also very hard to believe whether it's safe or not. And also the cosmetics, because of the huge markets for cosmetics, the people started to use illegal ingredients, or the the concentrations will be used higher when it comes for the regulations. So they use higher like ingredients with high regulations. So all these things we expose every day. We eat, drink, and use cosmetics, and finally it's coming to the human body. So all these things is finally going to the human body, and finally we need to check we can able to check these biological samples, especially the urine sample, blood sample, and saliva sample, to find out the chemicals from those foods and how it can able to come into your body, whether it is stored in your body and started to have any other process. So we can able to do all this analysis. So we develop a lot of various rapid analytical technologies to analyze this water, foods, and cosmetics and other biological stuffs. So we do this kind of analytical things. So recently, you can able to know these are the common toxins that we commonly able to see from the water, like pesticides or other natural chemicals. So we also use a lot of household products, and we also throw a lot of unused medicines, because India is one of the largest drug producer, medicines producers, and also people they dispose the medicines without any recycling and without any proper wastewater treatment. So all these things like the cosmetic we use and the drugs and other chemicals, everything is finally going to the water system. And every cosmetic or shampoo or other all the personal care products which contains hundreds of chemicals, and all these chemicals is finally going to the water system. So we never think like if we take shower, we use shampoo, we use soap, and we use other personal care products, and all these things when we take shower, it's going to the water, and we never care like all these chemicals going to where. Actually, it's all these chemicals is finally come back to us. So we have to know all this the chemicals, and we have to aware about these chemicals and how much concentration has been in the water, and also how much is transport will be reside in the humans. So we need to analyze all these things. Okay, so especially when you take India is one of the most polluted country in the world. And recently WHO in 2018 they announced the most polluted countries in Asia and in the world. Almost you can able to see India is the top second, when almost is Bangladesh and India and Nepal, Pakistan. These four countries is like almost all top most polluted countries in the world. And especially India is like polluted with air pollution and other water pollution, soil pollution. So because of this pollution, usually the death rate of Indians is really higher when compared to any other disease, and the mortality caused by other diseases is higher when compared to like the environmental issues. Pollution based mortality is higher when compared to other diseases. Okay, so you can able to see from this report from the WHO. So people, you might need to wonder like in India the like the lifespan is almost reduced to 70 now. Like almost it's very hard to believe like the 70, 75 is very hard to find, very hard to see like the people almost die in 75. So it's very hard to see the people who are going to live for 90, 95. In most of the western countries or north Asian countries, most of the people they die at 90 or 95. But the Indians we die at like 70, even 70, 65 is also is very hard to see. It's like we almost reduced by 20 years of lifespan. So the 20 years is not a simple years to just to forgive. Because of the pollution, we sacrifice 20 to 25 years in our life. It's really huge things. So we have to understand about this pollution. And also apart from this one, India have a lot of industries, especially leather industries or dyeing industries, clothing industries. All these industries they produce a lot of waste, and the waste things they don't do any pre-treatments, and they don't do any recycling. They finally throw into the environmental system, and it's affect to the humans. So, and most of the working place will not have any protected things. So all these things, these kind of people, they expose to various chemicals and leads to a lot of different kind of disease. So, and these are the things people mostly not aware about this kind of situation. And apart from this one, as I mentioned, the foods usually it's grown with the contaminated water. So obviously there is a contamination. And apart from this one, they use the pesticides and other kind of chemicals. So almost like it's very hard to believe whether the foods we eat is really safe or not, right? So these are all the things which finally come into the human system. So because it's a big cycle, the water and everything is finally coming to the humans, right? So all these chemicals. So there is a new terminology research we call it exposome. So the exposome, which we usually call it as internal body, and the other external exposome is we usually have two kind of exposome, which is one is external, and the external kind is one is about the environmental change, air pollution, and our daily life. And personal exposome will be like our daily lifestyle, what we eat, what we drink, what is our behavior. Some people used to smoke or drinking, or some people used to take regular drugs, like I mean medications. So all these things finally come into the cell, and the cell will have a lot of internal parts of the cell. Especially most of these chemicals they use to bind with the DNA. Once it's bind with the DNA, it's going to change the metabolic pathway, and finally your cell is going to be cancer cell, or it's going to be yeah, it's going to be other kind of diverse effects. So all these diverse effects finally change the cell metabolism, and finally change to be cancer, and finally the people have a lot of adverse effects. Okay, so from the pregnant woman, what she intake, what expose, and babies to elder. So it's all because of these exposomes. Okay, so we need to really need to know about this situation, and all these things we can auto identify only through analytical technologies. You must need to analyze your human samples, like your fluid, your blood sample, your urine sample, or the cancer tissues. All these things we have to take the tissues and do need to do analysis. Okay, so mostly the analytical process is not as simple you think. Its analytical process is a very huge process, from the blood collection, and we have to do sample preparation, and then to the instrumentation, and to data collection. That's why you can able to see whenever you give the blood sample, it takes a lot of time. Takes more than 2 days, 3 days to get your results, right? Because it's a huge process. So what we do in our lab, we develop the rapid technologies and automated technologies to get the results as soon as possible, to complete the sample preparation, analysis, data calculation. All these things you have to do as much as possible, as quick, and also in low expense, in the low cost. So these are the challenges mostly, and we in our lab we mainly focus on this research to develop. So there are some technologies for the analysis. I don't want to go into too detail about this topic, because the topic you just chose to talk was is like the collaboration, but I just want to mention about my research area. So that like we start from my research, and also slowly we can able to collaborate from different labs also. Okay, so these are some papers, some technologies we published in the recent days. So there are a lot of preservatives and the toxins in the cosmetic products or personal care products. We used to develop our technology and then apply it for this kind of samples analysis, and then publish in various reputed journals. So these are some compounds present in the cosmetics, which is also not good for the humans. So we use this kind of technologies and use mass spectrometers or other chromatographic techniques to do this kind of analysis. And also we have a lot of collaboration project with the US, especially the Harvard Medical School. So we have a lot of collaboration projects, especially the monitoring project. We call it as HBM, which is called the Human Biomonitoring Project. So we are KMU is one of the part of the Human Biomonitoring Project under the collaboration with the Harvard Medical School. So we also monitor different people. So this is one of the interesting project we used to work. This is the pesticide metabolites monitoring in the humans, especially in the pregnant women. Okay, so what we did was like we focus on 5 different countries: one India, Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka, and Indonesia. So these are the 5 countries we chose, and we went to the tea farm, the tea estate and tea farm. Mostly tea estate, the women are the workers, and these women they used to constantly exposed to the pesticides. And especially we focused on the pregnant women who working in the estate. So we found more than 1,000 workers, and then out of 1,000 workers, we collected 500 pregnant women workers in there, and we collected different urine samples from them at the different trimester. So we collected the sample and monitor how much they exposed to these pesticides. So this pesticide exposure, how it's going to affect the baby fetus. So this and other research we are currently working with under this collaboration project. So we use analytical technology to use the rapid technology to analyze as quick as possible. So it's not only you have to think about like you have to think about like only those pesticide exposure is difficult, but actually in our daily life in India, the mosquito is one of the important issues. So every day people used to use mosquito coil, mosquito liquid. So what do you think? What is the ingredient in the mosquito liquid? It's a pesticide. It's an insecticide. So every day you are exposed to those pesticides, like in a low concentration. And when it comes for long-term exposure, like it means like you use for 2 years, 3 years, and even people are using for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, right? And all these things, it's going to affect your body. It's directly, all these pesticides is going to the DNA, and DNA is going to change your cell metabolism, and finally you get a cancer, and you're going to have an early death. So these are the things happens with the exposure. So we use these technologies which we developed in our lab. So I don't want to go into too detail about these technologies. I just keep all these things. Okay, another interesting project is like we also work with the betel nuts. So betel nuts is very popular in Southeast Asia, especially India, Indonesia, other Sri Lanka, Nepal, and all these countries. They used to have this betel nut together and have a chewing habit. And this one actually, if the prolonged eating of this one, it leads to oral cancer, mouth cancer, tongue cancer, and other chemical, other carcinogenic diseases happen. So we also monitor those patients to identify the cancer possibility, early diagnostic of the mouth cancer. So we use our technology to find out those chemicals and use our technology to identify those kind of important things. And also another interesting project we work is the omega fatty acids, because now most of the country uh, they are suffer with the heart diseases. Especially India is one of the huge country which contains a lot of heart disease, heart problem and all diseases. And the main reason is the food behavior. So the food behavior, because uh, in human there are important fatty acids which is called as omega-3 fatty acid, which is very important in our human blood for this is the structure of the omega-3. But usually in our daily life, the food intake, we usually take very less omega-3 and we take a lot of omega-6. So omega-6 is not actually bad, but when the ratio between the omega-3 and omega-6 changes, you're going to have a lot of different kind of adverse effects in the heart. So usually in Indian food culture, we usually, most of the foods does not contain omega-3. So what I suggest is like we have to find out the foods which contains a lot of omega-3 fatty acids, and especially nowadays, like a lot of companies they started to sell the omega-3 fatty acid as like tablets. So mostly this kind of omega-3 contains in the high quality fishes, and also a little bit, very little in egg and other seeds, but mostly it contains in the fish. So it's not in all the fishes, only few kinds of fishes. So you have to find out those fishes and have to eat it regularly to balance your blood fatty acid ratio, especially your omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acid ratio. So if you have a good ratio, you will have a very good heart. Okay, so we also use we collect the samples from the heart patients and also normal patients to see the blood profiling. And then if the fatty omega-3 fatty acids are less, then we started to prescribe them to eat more fatty omega-3 fatty acids so that they can protect from them to avoid from the heart diseases. So, and also very recently we have another kind of technology that's called mass spectrometry technology, which is called rapid ambient ionization mass spectrometry technology, which is discovered in Taiwan. So me and another three professors collaboratively discovered this particular instrument. So this, we call it as TDAMS. So this is the important innovations for early diagnostics. So usually for any kind of analysis, usually it takes like 1 hour to 2 hours for basic analysis. But we using this mass spectrometer, this instrument is like almost, if you buy, it will be like around 1.5 crore to 2 crores. So this instrument, as we designed, you can able to analyze within 30 seconds. 30 seconds, you can able to identify your food is safe, or your water is safe, or the cosmetic is safe, or all these things is going into the blood. So within 30 seconds, we can able to identify the blood sample. And also, in India, there are a lot of suicides by intaking of pesticides or other drugs, or even some children, they took unknowingly, they took the drugs and they become unconscious. Even we don't know like what happened with them. So what kind of chemical they intake, or what kind of drug they intake, and when they come to the hospital, the doctors, they don't know what to do. But using this technology, within 30 seconds, we just put the probe, get the sample from your mouth, and then put into the instrument. Within 30 seconds, we know what the chemical you intake, what the drug you intake, and the doctors can do the remedy. So this technology we recently promoted in Taiwan, and also recently promoted to some other countries, nearby countries. So these are the innovative technologies that we develop in KMU, and also along with the collaborative universities. So these are the kind of the things that we are working in our lab. So in conclusion, like, these are the important things we have to understand about environment, and what we eat, what we knowingly pollute the environment. So these are nothing we need to aware, and you need to know about the analytical stuff. So these are the things that we're working, and these are the collaboration. We have a lot of collaboration with KMU. We usually have a lot of collaboration with different part of the world. So. Here my email is there. So, but I'm also going to tell one more information about a company. It's called Educare Taiwan. So this is the company. You can able to find out the email, and also the phone number. So actually, this company is located in Mumbai. This is the company created by Taiwanese and located in Mumbai. And this is particularly for a service-based company. So the students who are looking for the possibilities, higher education possibilities in Taiwan. So you can able to contact this company, so they can help you to find out the positions for bachelor, masters, PhDs. So they can even for jobs they used to help. So you can able to contact through this email ID or this phone number, and you can use my reference, so that, like, yeah, they can know like how this information come to you. So this is one of the important companies. So you can also use this information. Okay, so Taiwan contains a lot of universities, a lot of programs, scholarships, so you can able to use all these things. So in conclusion, like, I want to conclude with one important thing. Since it's a COVID situation, India is like currently, initially they are doing good in the COVID containment, but however, like, it seems it's now the COVID situation is getting worse and worse, especially in Chennai. So uh, you have to take it an example from other countries, especially Taiwan is one of the one of the outstanding country for the containment about the COVID situation. So far, it's almost 4 months, because China and Taiwan is a nearby country. From China, it's only 45 miles, like, which is 100 kilometers distance. And usually we have every day we have more than 20 flights from China. So it's like, since that much traveling is happened between China and Taiwan, but Taiwan, they contain this COVID situation in a very early stage. So far, we only have 440 cases, and Taiwan have never went to any lockdowns. And then there is no any lockdowns for schools or anything. So we have a routine school life, routine college life, working life. Everything is routine. So the main important thing is the self awareness. Okay, so that is very, very important. And the self management. Okay, and that's the second very important thing. Okay, so you should have awareness about this virus, and you have to know how to self management, and how to self protect. This is one of the three important things you have to follow. So always, for fun, I used to write like this: is like, avoid touching man and follow the woman. It's just for fun, but it have a lot of meaning. So which means avoid touching men, which means don't touch your face, especially mouth, eyes, nose, in your bare hand. So that, like, you can able to avoid the contamination. and also wash your hand regularly, keep the social distance, keep the mask regularly, and exercise regularly. Try to have a good food to increase your immunity. So these are the important things you have to do. Okay, so don't take it as a careless thing. This virus is a serious virus which gives a lot of serious effects to the human. So don't just take it as a simple thing. You just to be cautious and also careful and be focused. Okay, so hope India are going to solve this problem as soon as possible. But it's not the government; it's you. You are to protect. You are to protect you, your family, your society. So you can able to protect the country. So this is an important thing. So you have to keep this important thing in your mind and hope we can join together to solve this COVID situation as soon as possible to have the normal routine life. Okay, so that's all. Thanks for the attention. So in this presentation, so far I discussed about the opportunities in KMU and the possible research opportunities. So I just want to mention that faculties try to explore the faculties in KMU. So the MGR University faculties, if they know about the KMU faculties and they interact, and once the faculty interaction happens, then there will be a possibility with the student exchange, and then there is a lot of other interaction may happens. So that's all. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah. On behalf of the organizing team, this is Dr. Preeta taking up the later charge of continuing this session on the International Faculty Development Program. We were happy to see the MOU signing pictures between Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute University and Kaohsiung Medical University, Taiwan. And it shows that we were sharing a close relation between the MGR University and the Kaohsiung Medical University. And Dr. Vinod has taken us a virtual trip to Taiwan, which he claims that it is the safest destination in the world. And yeah, research collaboration is a very valuable tool which accelerates the growth of faculty as well as organization. Sharing specialized techniques and expertise is the engine that gives life to new ideas and scientific breakthroughs. Thank you, Dr. Vinod, for sharing us about the international research opportunities. And
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Dr. Vinod, we have some queries from the participants.
Yeah,
Can
sure.
I?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is a question which is raised by Leta. What are the measures which has taken by the government to protect the environment of Taiwan?
Okay, yeah. So the first important thing is the recycling is very important. So before going to the recycling, education system is the very important thing. So mostly, in if you go to the kindergarten or the elementary school in Taiwan, the basic education system to teach about the important thing about our environment and also how to be hygiene and how to protect the environment. These are the important things they teach from the basics, from the children, from the kindergarten to the elementary level. So usually the students, the kindergarten students or the elementary first year, second year students, they used to clean the toilets in the schools by themselves, and also outside they used to clean, and also how to throw the garbage, and also how to separate the garbage. So especially there will be the food garbage and the plastics bottles recyclable, everything through the education system. So what I suggest is like the education system, especially from the basic, that would be very important. And apart from this one, they have a very strong recycling system, which they have a lot of recycling companies. They established in Taiwan, and they have their own vehicles to come to each every household, and they collect the garbages, and they take into their company, and they change to the products into the valuable products. So it's about the waste to benefit. So all the food products, they convert it into different kind of bioenergy, and the plastics they recycle. Again, they use it for plastics, and the glasses they recycle to use the glasses. So they have a very strong recycling system and the environmental management system. So these two important things really makes one of the outstanding things for the protection about the environment. So I suggest like a basic education And second is the government have to focus on the recycling technologies. Yeah. So these two things are the question.
Okay, sir. And the next question is there any vaccine preparation for corona happening in your university? This is raised by
Yes, yeah.
Gopi.
Yes, yeah. At present, like currently, there are three trilateral universities. So one is KMU, and another one is the biggest university research institute in Taiwan. We call it as Academia Sinica, and the another one is the Harvard Medical School. So we three couple together and jointly work together to innovate the vaccine. So we particularly work on a particular a vaccine which directly dissolves and bind with the spike protein of the coronavirus. So at present, like we are working, so they are expecting that these trials. So because we not yet start to go for trial one, and we are expecting that July they are going to have a trial one, and if it is successful, they are going to have the second trial by end of December. So this is the research. The thing that happened in the KMU. Yeah.
Happy to know that some vaccine preparations are going on, and we are hoping it by the end of this 2020 it will happen.
Yes. Yeah.
Uh, uh, I hope that's no more questions from that. And
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So no more questions. Yeah, we can
sir.
close this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
sir. Just a few minutes. Thank you is
Yeah.
a
No
prayer.
problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you is a prayer through which the best and beautiful things in the world is felt by heart. Now, may I call upon Ms. Aparna from the Department of Chemistry to propose the vote of thanks. Aparna?
Thank you, ma'am. The essence of all beautiful art is gratitude. First of all, I would like to thank my our founder chancellor, Dr. A.C. Shanmugam sir, and President engineering us. Next, I would like to thank our Vice Chancellor, Dr. Geeta Lakshmi Madam. I would also like to thank our Joint Registrars, Dr. Siriraj Sir and Jabraj Sir. I would like to thank all our university executives. I take this opportunity to thank Dr. Kausalya and the International Relations Office for their support. My heartfelt thanks to our dynamic Dean, Dr. Subhashri Madam, and our entire first year faculty team for being our pillar of support. I would like to thank our distinguished speaker, Dr. Vinod Kumar, for the exemplary presentation. Last but not the least, I would like to thank all the participants for supporting us. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much to all. Thank you. Thanks for the organization of the wonderful webinar. Thank you so much. So, especially I found that the faculty from Department of Chemistry. So please convey this information to the chemistry department and also the pharmacy department and also to the anything related to chemistry or nanomaterials or pharmacy or medicine related students. They can come to our university for research or other possibilities, and also faculties also can do joint research programs, joint research activities we can do. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Vinod, for exploring us the research opportunities which is happening in the Kaohsiung Medical University.
Yeah, thank you.
And an announcement for the participants. Attendance link is rolled out in the live comments and make sure you have filled it. Dear participants, stay tuned with us for the next session of our International Faculty Development Program on multidimensional scaling from science to technology tomorrow sharp at 10 o'clock. Stay home, stay safe, happy learning. Thank you.